Morning. How y'all doing? It is Friday, August 9th, 2:30 a.m. at the time of recording this video. I don't sleep well, especially if I'm away from home. I usually have like 2 or 3 sleepless nights until I'm just exhausted, and then I'll sleep. It's not usually restful sleep, but sleep. This is going to be kind of short. I meant to do one earlier. Just had a lot going on, a lot on my mind, and I was first going to do it tomorrow, but I can't sleep, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it now. Anyway, I went and saw my podiatrist today, first time since I was out of the hospital, and he unwrapped my foot, took all the wound vac accoutrements off, and inspected the wounds. Thus far, he is happy with it. He says it looks to be healing, no signs of infection or inflammation. The large bowl-shaped wound on the side of my heel is still large and bowl-shaped, but he said it looks good. He did a little bit of debridement, but it was minimal, and he was quite good and precise, whereas my old podiatrist would take a scalpel and hack away at it like he was mad at it, and then I would bleed for 2 days thereafter. The surgery site looks good. The sutures are holding, and he said everything seems to be healing well with that. The bowl-shaped wound in my heel probably isn't going to fill in like we were hoping, and so we could graft it with one of those biosynthetic grafts that they use material from sheep stomachs. Fun. We're likely going to have to do the more invasive procedure, which will require him removing muscle tissue from my calf and skin, filling in the wound with the muscle tissue, and then grafting over it with my own skin. It's my tissue, so no risk of rejection. But I had a stent placed back in May in my heart, and I was immediately put on Plavix for my platelets, and Plavix is also a blood thinner, and I cannot be off Plavix for any amount of time for the first 6 months after the stent was placed. So we've got a few more months to go before I can stop the Plavix, and I will have to stop the Plavix for like 5 days to do this invasive procedure. I want this done. I want it healed, but I'm a little bit worried about this procedure because of my inability to heal well or fight infection well. And we're going to be creating another wound halfway up my leg, and it scares me a little bit. I fought like hell for the past 4 months to save as much of my foot as possible, and I'm not excited about the possibility of having to fight to save my leg from another infection, from another wound site that could end in the result of me losing the foot anyway and half my damn leg. Hopefully that won't happen. I tend to be a bit pessimistic regarding my health because the last 10 years have not been kind. Uh, you know that old saying, Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong. And it's felt a lot like Murphy's been camped out on my back porch for a long time now. Uh, and of course, I hope for the best, but I also prepare for the worst. And in doing so, I can't stop thinking about the worst. I'm trying though. And that's gonna be several months away, so cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. Um, Other than that, everything looks good. I left that cursed wound vac off for the rest of the day, and the wound care nurse here at the rehab is gonna fix it back up tomorrow, and I'll see the podiatrist again in 2 weeks and see what it does. Like I said, I meant to record this earlier in the day, but I had a bunch of people here that wanted to know how it went, and ended up chatting with a couple of them. Miss P in particular, she's been my best buddy since I've been here. Absolutely wonderful little white-haired 96-year-old grandma. Reminds me of my grandma some. And played a couple more games of billiards with Mr. J tonight, and I discovered that I'm getting a lot better at accidentally impressive shots. I wasn't meaning to do it, but it happened accidentally and looked good. It was fun. And then I go sit out in the courtyard for 2 or 3 hours, especially after dark. It's not as hot and humid, and I like to sit out there and listen to the frogs and the crickets talk. It's a good place to decompress and, just relax some. So yeah, that's what's going on with the foot. Nothing else to report. This place does need to fire their kitchen staff though, because they kind of suck. So I will talk to y'all again in a day or two, and maybe tell a couple more stories, talk about town a little bit, some do's and please don'ts for any of y'all that plan to come visit St. Augustine in the near future. Just try to do something that's not gloom and doom and am I going to be able to save my stump? Just call me Stumpy. That's what I've been telling everybody. You gotta laugh at it, right? Gotta laugh or scream. And I'm trying not to scream. Think positive. Knock on wood. Thank you all so much for continuing to follow my story and listen to me drone and ramble. Your comments are uplifting and encouraging, and some of them are amusing. You get a couple cheeky ones It's okay though. I don't mind. I don't mind if you even want to come on here and be an asshat. I'll tell you you're an asshat, but go ahead. Um, but seriously, thank you to everyone that has commented and been there throughout this, and everyone that has jumped on the train since then. Thank you very much to all the new subscribers. There's still at least 1 or 2 new subscribers a day, and like I said before, that will help out in the long run. And I am going to try to make halfway interesting content for y'all to waste your time on YouTube with. Thank you also to everyone that has donated to my GoFundMe campaign. You have helped out immeasurably. That link will be in the description in case anyone wants to donate. But I'm not, going to be on here. Please donate to my campaign. If you want to and you can without hurting your bottom line, I thank you so much. If you don't want to or you can't, that's perfectly fine. I'm not begging, not panhandling. I need some help, and if you can and want to help, that's great. If you can't or don't want to, that's perfectly fine too. But seriously, thank you to all of you that have helped out. I cannot express what it means to me or how humbled I am that there have been so many that have done so. And I hope that one day I will be able to return the favor somehow. But I will at the very least pay it forward. That's something I always try to mention because that's important to me, and I am going to do that when things are a little bit better. Thank y'all again so much. Y'all have a great oncoming day, and I'm going to go back to my sleepless night. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.